Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. First of all, I want to thank you all for the support I got for my first ever 7 days, 7 fragrances video. You showed me quite decisively that you enjoy that type of content, that you want to see what perfumes I wore throughout the week. And most of all, I got some tips and suggestions. What would you like to hear me talk about when I disclose these perfumes, like how it felt, how it wore, how it performed, how I felt during the day wearing the fragrance. So I will try to improve this concept. And again, if you have any more suggestions, what you think I should be speaking about during these videos, I am very open to your opinions, and please continue doing that in the comments. And even if you want to share your 7 perfumes you wore during the week in the comments, I would very happily read those as well. Again, I do not remember exactly on some of these fragrances which day I wore it, but with those of which I do remember the occasion, I will talk about it. Let's start with Scandal. I remember I wore it in the beginning of the week. It was probably Monday or Tuesday. This perfume, it's the perfume I wear when I want to leave an impression. I met some new people. I wanted them to think that I am cool. If I'm or I'm not. Not for me to judge. You will be the judge of that, but in any case, this is my mass-pleasing perfume. As you can imagine, I'm not very much of a mass-appealing type of fraghead, but this Scandal from 2006, to be honest, I have not found a single soul on my personal bubble that would not enjoy the scent. It is fresh, it is classical, it has this hook of sweetness, it doesn't have the damned amberwoods in it. Performance is not something amazing, it's good, it's about 6 hours. Projection pretty good for about 1 to 2 hours. After that it's not that strong. That being said, the longevity as a skin scent, if you just want to enjoy it from your hand, it is pretty good. To be honest, it's so fun to experience the opening. I don't mind to reapplying it. That being said, yeah, it shows that I don't mind reapplying it. I'm sad that I won't be able to find the 2016 bottle ever again, and if you want to know how I know that my bottle is 2016, beside the batch code, it has Roja written on the cap. Not the signature, but the name of the brand. If the cap has this writing, also writings on the sides, that simply means that the bottle is older. If it has paper label, like Fetish Parfum that I own, that means it is ancient. This is not ancient, but it is older, about 10 years old by now. Another freshie, and there will be some freshies in this video, I wore this week is Himalaya. I wore it to a show. I went to a stand-up comedy show. I wore it on Friday. I remember this exactly because it's been 2 days ago. This is one of my favorite creeds. I'll also can go to the category of mass-appealing perfumes. My girlfriend enjoys it. It has this clean type laundry smell. Before having this vintage 2008 bottle, I had a little bit more modern 2016, and to be honest, they smell quite different. The cleaning detergent type, clean sheets, white sheets type smell is a little bit weaker here. It is stronger in the newer formulation, but this has smoother and overall more pleasant profile for me. I think the amount of the quality or amount of sandalwood and ambroxan or ambergris, I'm still not sure if back then Creed was using ambergris. I'm 100% sure they're using ambroxan right now, and the ambroxan they're using today, for me personally, it's a lot worse than the one they were using back in the day. But it performs better. This old 2008 Himalaya does not perform as well as, for example, 2026 Himalaya, at least to my nose. But maybe because I am very sensitive to new synthetics that Creed are implementing into their formulas, so they last for me very long. The difference being that I hate it, while this I absolutely love. Again, I am not an artisanal head for no reason. I am wearing my artisanal fragrances, and one of my secret loves from Bortnikoff, I have this wood cap of Moss Cologne. A full review on the channel already, so if you want to hear more about this perfume, simply go watch the full video. Basically, this is a fresh summery take of oak moss. The opening is very citrusy. It reminds me of Fanta, the lemonade Fanta. It has this orange note with oak moss. Lots of it. I don't get any oud here. Maybe it's in the notes, I don't remember actually, but ambergris, oak moss, and some orange note are the key players here. The performance is okay. It's not phenomenal, but it's okay. The projection is pretty good actually. This is not as mass appealing as these two, because the oak moss tend to bring the old guy vibe for, let's say, regular niche enjoyers. But as far as artisanal fragrances go, this is still very mass appealing, for me at least. I don't know, nobody complained ever, because it's, well, again, it's not full of oud, it's not full of musk, it's just this pleasant orangey oak moss type perfume. The time I got this fragrance, the same day I traveled to my vacation next to the sea. So I have vivid memories with this perfume, in particular that trip, the home we stayed in, the sun, the beach, the sand. So upon of the actually being a good perfume, it actually has a good memory for me personally attached to it. So I think this will never leave my collection, and when this bottle will have the same amount of juice left and as this one, I will probably just keep it to smell it from the sprayer, because of the sprayer it smells actually pretty good. So yeah, next another Bortnikoff. This week I wore Bortnikoff twice, Tabac Dore. Again, a lot stronger, a lot sweeter, not so much fresh anymore. Very dark. I'm almost out of it, so you won't see it, but the original formulation, which this is, of Tabac Dore, is pitch black. I wore it the same day I went to my barber, and I wore it here and here, and he comes to me and he's like, look, this is not my problem, but have you been beaten? And I'm like, beaten? What do you mean? He says, you have a blue neck. Maybe somebody strangled you. You can talk to me. And I'm, no, dude, this is perfume. It's just staining from perfume. I showed him. I said, oh, okay. So yeah, it stains. It stains so much that people believe that you might have been strangled. Funny story. I thought I should share it with you. Yeah, the smell of Tabac Dore, and again, I have a full review if you want to hear my full opinions on this one. The reason I enjoy this perfume very much is that for me it's photorealistic, as close as photorealistic to a cigar, unlit cigar smell as I have ever encountered. Again, not a lot of juice left, but I know a friend that has a full bottle, so anytime if I feel like this is almost over, I will just buy a decant from him and pour into the bottle. So I am sleeping tight. I'm sure he won't sell the bottle, and I'm sure he would spare 5 mils for me, hopefully. So yeah, it's a tobacco-scented perfume, quite sweet. In most cases it would be too sweet for me, but given the amazing photorealistic cigar tobacco note that I have not found anywhere else beside Oud Balsam, but Oud Balsam is basically this, just more expensive by Phil Oud. I look past the sweetness, and for those who enjoy sweet perfumes, it's basically not a negative. But caution, word of caution, please do not spray it on white shirts, because it will never come off. Okay, we have 4. So 5th, Frederic Malle, Geranium pour Monsieur. We had some warm days this week, so that's why this is here. This is one of my most favorite niche fresh offerings I own. I have 100 mils. It's pretty new bottle because this is the bottle before Frederic Malle was sold to Estée Lauder. Also have a full review if you want to hear more about that one. The main difference between this old version and the new version, Geranium pour Monsieur, has this toothpaste type of feeling. The smell of actual geranium kind of toned down. I think it maybe was replaced with some synthetics, and that's why it has this toothpaste type smell. But in this older version, this is pure geranium. It has cooling effect. I enjoy the cooling effect, especially in the summer. The day I got this bottle, I remember it was very hot. It was, 30s in Celsius degrees hot in summer. I just wanted to drink it. Obviously I didn't, and I assume it wouldn't taste good. But the smell, it's like the most refreshing cocktail you can, mojito, I guess, the most refreshing mojito cocktail with geranium you could get. I don't know about the newer formulation. They can be hit and miss. Some people love it still, but the older one, if you can get it before the Estée Lauder acquiring Frederic Malle, absolutely a blast. One of my favorite freshies, and 100% will be on my summer list. 100%. Two more left. Okay. I am preparing for this review. I have not yet filmed it, but I'm wearing this fragrance maybe more than once. I wore it probably 3 times this week, but it was not full wearing. One full wearing, and few like before bed I do a small spritz because I want to cover it right. But the synthetic musk that is obviously in here, because this is Xerjoff, it has to be beast mode and stuff. It a little bit blocks my mind because I kind of have stuff to say about it, but at the same time, the synthetic musk, this is a good perfume. If you are not as sensitive to the synthetic nature of it as I am, it will be no problem. But for me, I want to leave a positive review, basically, because it's part of my fragrance journey, and frankly, I have a good opinion on it. I just wish to get my bespoke edition where we just make away with the synthetic musk and add something else. I don't know, oak moss. Yeah, put oak moss. It would be 10 times more masculine. Now, it's unisex. Some even consider it female because it's, well, rose. But for me personally, this is a good niche beast mode panty dropper, and basically as close to a panty dropper that you will see on my channel, I guess. And last but not least, I also wore Ensar Oud No. 2 Tonkin. I don't know how lucky I got with this bottle, because I talk to people and they not always share the same experience as I do. But for me, No. 2 Tonkin is a beast mode perfume, very strong, lots of musk, very similar to Private Blend, like Private Blend light, let's say, but very similar. The main reason why I do not own a bottle of Private Blend, even though I like it, because I own this version, this bottle of No. 2 Tonkin. No surprise, No. 2 is my favorite DNA. In my collection I have No. 2 Original, No. 2 Original EDP, No. 2 Tonkin, and Sultan Musk Attar, which is basically No. 2 Tonkin just in Attar form. So obviously when I do this review I still don't have it, but I will do it. This will probably be a long video. But again, I face problems because when I do review of No. 2 Tonkin, it is different from No. 2 Original quite by a lot, but still I would mention very similar facts and knowledge I have collected throughout my journey. So what will I tell you when I bring out the big boy, the No. 2 with the leather, the original? Anyways, the original is very expensive, very hard to find. I try to cherish it, and how do I cherish it? By wearing number 2 Tonkin. As you can see, not much left. Maybe I will have to get a backup, I don't know. In general, I don't like to collect backups. I only have few backups in my collection altogether. I have a backup of Oud Monarch, I have a backup of Vintage Aventus, even though I don't really wear it that much, but it's portion of niche history and owning Aventus. I just like the fact that I own it, to be honest. Basically, I promise to do a review of Aventus, but probably not anytime soon. I will try to combine it with my Oak Moss video. So yeah, this is my 7 perfumes that I wore this week. We have 1, 2, 3 artisanal offerings and 4 not artisanal offerings. Obviously, I actually wore a little bit more perfumes during the week because I always spray something in the morning. That's the scent of the day. So this is basically these 7. And also spray something before bed for my personal enjoyment, and they just to analyze and help me sleep and stuff like that. So yeah, this is my scent of the day, of the week. Scent of the night of the week would be preposterous to do 2 videos of what I wore this week, so that idea is out of the window. I'm more comfortable sharing the scent of the day portion because we'll actually experience it throughout the day. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, please like. I'm pushing for the 1,000 subscribers. I'm getting closer and closer every day. Leave in the comments what you wear this week, and have a good evening and goodbye.